Yo, what's up everyone? This is Kaizouwar here. So Guilty Gear Strive is finally making its way onto the Nintendo Switch, which is actually really a surprise to me. I guess it shouldn't be technically because DNF Duel is on the Switch and Dragon Ball Fire is on the Switch, and even though they're ARCSYS Works developed games, they're not exactly the ones who put those games on there. You know, Bandai Namco has the license to Dragon Ball Fighters, and Nexon/Diablo has a license to DNF Duel, and I assume that they had people to port these games on there. But Guilty Gear is an ARCSYS Works owned property, and I assume they had to get someone else to put Guilty Gear Strive on there. But the point is, the fact that Guilty Gear Strive is even on there is actually pretty insane, because Guilty Gear Strive is like 40 plus gigs, at least on the PS4 version. I don't have the PS5 version, but I do have the PS4 version. And I know the game is at least up there in gigabytes, so the fact that they were able to compress that down to the Nintendo Switch is actually pretty cool. They even have the trailer out. And I looked at the trailer, and one of the producers on Guilty Gear Strive actually did say that the game will have rollback netcode, which is actually pretty cool. And then they captured all the footage from the Nintendo Switch to put on the trailer, and the game looks really good. It has all the content there. The only thing I really noticed from the actual Switch version, for what we've seen so far, to the console version, is some of the stuff that, like, some of the visual effects have been toned down a bit, which I can totally understand just to get the stuff playing on the Switch. But the fact that this game looks as good as it does on the Switch is pretty insane. I know a lot of people tend to downplay the Switch. I'm not one of them. I really do believe it is all up to like the developers and the people putting these games on the console to do a good enough job to optimize these games to fit on the console. And I really don't blame the Switch in case, like, you know, games starting looking ugly and stuff like that. I really do believe it's the people who just aren't doing a good enough job to actually put the damn games on there and make it look good and, you know, have it run well on the Switch. But again, I'm more shocked from the fact that Guilty Gear Strive isn't even having rollback, because a lot of fighting games, when they have like PS4, PS5, Steam, Xbox, and you know, those kind of versions, they don't normally have rollback for the Nintendo Switch. There's a very few exceptions, but they don't. Rollback really isn't a thing that fighting games don't have on the Switch. I think that's actually pretty insane that Strive still retains it, because if I remember correctly, DNF Duel, which has rollback on PS4, PS5, and Steam, doesn't have rollback on like the Nintendo Switch, which I'm just like, okay, it happens. And if I remember correctly, stuff like, you know, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax that got ported over from the PlayStation 3 to PS4, Steam, and all that, it has rollback on the PS4 version, but not on the Switch. But for the fact that Strive even has rollback on the Switch, it's actually pretty shocking to me. And now we have Guilty Gear Strive on PS5, PS4, Steam, Xbox, and Switch. So it's pretty much on every goddamn modern platform, and it looks great. Now, my main issue is the fact that the game is still $60, but I can totally understand that in a little bit, because Guilty Gear Strive's Switch version has all the characters up until basically the base roster is Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. So that's every character that we have currently at this moment, right? And we'll get Season 4 later down the line, with Dizzy being the first character. So I can understand why they just didn't package Season 4 with this, and I can totally understand why they would, you know, put it all together, because Guilty Gear Strive currently in its base version is now $40 on PS5, right? You can buy it, like, if you want to buy the base game, you can buy it for $40, right? And each season pass is $20 to $25, right? So doing the math, you're basically getting this game at a deal at $60. Even though I personally would have put it at least 40 or 50 just to get an incentive of people to buy it. I personally wouldn't buy this version, even though it has all the characters in it, because when you really think about it, if you were to buy Guilty Gear Strive right now and all the DLC without like sales and stuff like that, the game would basically be about $80 to $90 with all the season passes and stuff together at this moment, right? And that's excluding Season 4. But the fact that you're buying like this version of Guilty Gear Strive at $60, it's a big ask personally to me. I would have personally sold it for $50, but it is what it is. I mean, ARCSYS got to make a profit somehow. But yeah, I'm super excited to see Guilty Gear Strive on the Switch. I'm always happy to see more people play more fighting games on the Switch, because I definitely do believe that the Switch is a very good home for a lot of games. You know, Switch is fun to play, portability is a great factor. Even though I really don't go anywhere with my Switch, that's the funny thing. I don't really go out with my Switch. I never get a chance to, but I love the portability factor. And plus there's Steam Deck out there, so people can play on the Steam Deck as well. So, it's good getting Guilty Gear out of your homes and onto the streets, if that makes any sense, the way I said it. But I am happy about this. This is awesome. Always happy to see more stuff on it, and I hope Arc System Works, well, or the companies at least behind Arc System Works developed games, put more of these games on the Switch. For example, I've been wanting to see Guilty Gear XR Rev 2 on the Switch. I don't know if he's even going to do it now because, you know, Strive is probably going to take precedence over that, but I'll be shocked if Rev 2 ever made it on the Switch. Or how about BlazBlue? I know, you know, Side Games has control over that game because that's their game. Arc System Works is just the developer. But seeing BlazBlue Fantasy versus Rising on the Switch somehow would feel very fitting to me. I have no idea why, but that game would be perfect for the Switch. I have no idea why, but I would love to see Rising on the Switch. But yeah. Without further ado, I'll see y'all next time. I'm super excited. You know, I may get this version just to have it. You know, I heard they're going to probably do a physical version of it, so I would definitely love to see a physical Switch copy of Guilty Gear Strive. That's going to look nuts. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am out.